Hi, I'm Rob Cosman. Welcome to my shop. Confession time. I just tripped my SawStop. I touched it with my finger. Running a bunch of dowel that we're making round. There's what we're making. Round dowel for wood inch boxes. So you start with a piece of 1/4 inch. Well, that's a little better than a 1/4 inch square. And then you set your table saw at 45 degrees and you turn it into an octagon just to remove some of the material before you run it through the jig that makes the dowel. And I just wanted to do one more piece of bird's eye. So I had the fence over there. The blade wasn't up very high, and I had been using a stick right here like that to hold it tight. And on the last one, I ran through like that, not realizing how high up the blade was. And there's what it did. If you can see that, it didn't even draw blood. And I didn't even know I'd hit it. It just, when you trip the SawStop, it's a fairly loud bang. And then I felt it and I looked, and that's what happened. So if you have any reason that you've been holding off buying a SawStop, get rid of it and go buy one. It's well worth it. The cost of the cartridge is nothing towards losing a finger. Now, I wouldn't have had anything, I wouldn't have lost a finger on that because the blade was only up a small amount. But anyway, that's what can happen. Okay, we got the cartridge. This takes a little bit of work to get the cartridge out. So you wind your saw all the way down, and then you come back up. And then you get your wrench in behind there after you take the nut off, and you kind of wiggle the blade over at the same time you reach in here and you're pushing on the cartridge to get it to disengage. The only thing that holds the cartridge into the saw is it slides over a pin right here, right there, and then there's the, no, it's on this side, sorry. And then there's the however many pin connection right there. But then what I do, since I've done this before, is hit with a brass hammer. Just tap that off. Now this actually went through at full RPM, and I'll have my friend who takes care of my blades check it over, but I think that blade survived without an issue. It was a brand new blade too. Even if it was bent, he can sometimes fix it. I'm just going to put it on there and spin it and see if it's... Oh yeah, that runs true. But I'll have him check it over just in case. Anyway, a new cartridge is on its way. Now, this one actually tripped at full RPM. And that's, I always tell people the advantage of having a 3-horse over a 5-horse is there's not as much torque involved and you don't end up tearing the shoulders. I've lost teeth before on it, but I've never torn a shoulder off, and that's what happens with the heavier motor. Anyway, good testimonial for SawStop.